Got a lot to get to in your realm here, but let's start on Apple and where you think we are in terms of the hope and hype cycle around September or anywhere else.
Yeah, so really for this stock to work, they need a hardware replacement cycle. So I think people are hoping that the foldable phone creates a hardware replacement cycle. My guess it will be delayed. It won't actually launch on time in September. And I am really worried about China, and I'm really worried about component increases like memory. And so that means prices are about to go up on new iPhones. So, and they've leased their AI life to Google, which is their biggest competitor on Android, by using Gemini and AI models created by they're their only competitor in their core business, all of which, and we're hitting all-time high valuations. So I think the risk reward here on Apple is very tenuous. I would look elsewhere for investments here.
It's a good reminder that Apple certainly has held its valuation better than a lot of the other multi-trillion-dollar names that we look at. Now, one of those, Meta, we talk about its strength recently. It has been a real underperformer before that, but it did, at least on the surface, look cheap. But you don't believe that this is a time to really get in there in an aggressive way. Why is that?
This morning, we published a note saying we prefer Reddit, which is a $35 billion market cap, to Meta, which is $1.7 trillion. And basically what we were looking at is Meta's revenue growth has been 23% total over the last 2 years versus 3 times faster for Reddit. Its margins are expanding much faster at Reddit than at Meta. And the strategy diffusion at Meta is a value destroyer. Every quarter, Mark Zuckerberg comes out and he's laying off some huge percent of his workforce and pivoting to a new strategy. Last week was we're going to do Iris with chips. He's going into competition now with NVIDIA. He's already competing with Amazon in his announcement a month ago having to do with shopping agents on WhatsApp. He's competing with all the LLMs, and he's just opened his first proprietary LLM. Versus Llama, which was all open. He's competing with Google search, of course, and he's competing with Apple, right, with his Quest and Ray-Ban glasses, trying to displace that smartphone platform. So not to mention Reels and Threads, which compete with, X, and they compete with YouTube and TikTok. So he's like in competition with 5 other huge companies' core business, and now he's decided he's going to go do chips and compete with NVIDIA too. So the strategy diffusion here is very troubling, especially since it's the smallest hyperscaler among all of these competitors that he's picking a fight with.
Do you read that, whatever you call it, a shotgun approach, maybe they're just laying a lot of bets, trying to sort of get a piece of the next thing? Do you read that as implicitly Zuckerberg having deep concern about the sustainability of the moat around his core business?
Yes, I do. I think there's, I think if generative AI is as disruptive as Wall Street is funding, we're going to fund $700 billion in infrastructure build out, it means that the entire web and the entire open web might be obsolete. That's possible. But the notion that what you do is every quarter look around, see what other people are doing and go do that, which is a reactive instead of a sort of thoughtful, leading, single purpose reaction, I don't think will be successful.
And just a quick word on why you believe Reddit is going to actually be able to find its way in this new world.
Right. So what's differentiated about Reddit is it 100% human content. And what we've seen is they have deals with both Gemini, which is Google, and OpenAI, which is Sam Altman. And we expect them to renew their deals with Reddit at higher price points than the 3-year-ago deal they originally went into. Because what we see with humans is after a LLM gives a human a recommendation, they then go to Reddit, which is the top 3 cited firm by all LLMs, to see what humans are saying about that same purchase or that same advice. So that there's an authentication layer by humans that algorithms prefer, actually, and humans prefer. So I think there's going to be, I think every LLM, because there's going to be commoditization of algorithms and LLMs, lots of people competing in that space, I think human content becomes the differentiator.